You know, guys, one of these days, I will be diligent enough to check my recording every time before I record an episode, because every time XSplit, which is the recording software I use, every time it updates, it like resets all of the audio settings. And so, for some reason, it uses like my computer mic instead of my good microphone. So when I go to edit the video, it's like, it's not great. It's not the best in the world. So we're back to record this episode again, but it's a good one. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Tomorrow, on Saturday, June will be over. I've never had any use for calendars since becoming a ghost, but this last day of June is an exception. For me and Megami, it's a special day. It's the day Megami became a ghost and appeared before me. The day my existence as a solitary spirit came to an end. And the day I gained a beloved, adorable sweetheart. The rainy season hasn't ended yet, but the sky was very clear today. There were a few obnoxious clouds, but the sun still shone through the slightly overcast summer sky. The temperature must have been fairly comfortable as well. So it sucked, like not actually, like I didn't even like think of it that way before. It's like, oh, you can't feel anything, so you can't even like, if it's like a nice day out, can't even tell. For the first time in a while, girls were bringing their lunches and liveliness onto the roof. Unison had come too. It'd been a while since we'd spoken with her like that, with Megami and I on either side of her. I wonder if Sasa-chan managed to confess. That was the result of our most recent assistants, Umi-chan and Sasa-chan and Nina-chan, the three who are always together. Sasa-chan had been wanting to confess to Umi-chan, and she had gotten a perfect opportunity. Yuna-san had succeeded in holding Nina-chan back to give the two alone time. She had been humble, saying she hadn't done anything herself, but she had certainly tried, and thanks to her efforts, the two of them had left the school huddled together under one umbrella. I wonder what they spoke about on their way home. I have no idea, of course, since I can't leave the grounds. Though I would like to think she did. I saw the three of them on Monday, at the beginning of the week. They were all together, like usual, of course. I felt something different in Sasa-chan's heart. Amid the same captivation she felt for Umi-chan, there was a new sense of security. And she paid even more attention to Umi-chan than before. I could tell that Sasa-chan would watch carefully whenever Umi-chan said or did something. And I sensed a faint love inside Umi-chan's heart as well. I clicked by accident. I hope it goes well for them. Yeah. Yuna-san responded shortly after she ate her lunch. I really do think Yuna's working quite hard for us. Listening to the request of the two spirits like us, the girl who used to eat lunch all alone on the roof, it seemed as though she expected she would want to do these sorts of things. Yet, after agreeing to help us, she's been thinking and acting much more than the two of us have. Yuna-san herself probably hasn't realized it. No, won't admit it, but when she's working to help these girls, there's a definite vitality to her. Occasionally, she seems to realize that and waver, hesitate, her feelings seem to sway. But there are fluctuations in her heart that I never sensed before when she ate alone on this roof. I have to admit I enjoy seeing those changes a little, and I wonder what causes Yuna-san to waver like that. I'm a little curious. I wonder if she'll tell us about it at some point. As for Maki-chan and Miki-chan, something seems to have happened between them. Really? Yes, they appear to work together after school as usual, but they don't go to their hideout at all anymore. So did they have a fight or something? Things don't seem that bad between them, but they may be in a predicament. It's the same for Kiri-chan and Tsuyuko-sensei. It doesn't seem to be going well for them either. Right. I didn't expect every girl's love story to have a happy ending. Many girls at this school have had their stories end in rejection, but I've also watched girls whose relationships never progressed beyond friendship. However, things are different from how they used to be when I could only watch. Now that I can give those girls a little bit of a push, I can mend some of their misunderstandings. Now that we have Unisan, who can help us accomplish these things. We've also found another girl. Again? Yes, a girl who's fallen in love for another girl. This one is a bit of an odd case. I can sense her feelings through small conversations she has every morning. It's a girl in the same year as you, Unisan. Her name was Kobo-san. Do you know her? Kobo... What? What? You mean Kobo Yoga? Oh, you do know her. Are you friends? You're right, it's Kobo Yoka-chan. What? She's in love with a girl? But... Oh, you already knew. That's right, she runs to school at the last minute every morning. All so she can have a brief conversation with the girl in the disciplinary committee who stands at the gate. I'm sure I felt love for her during those conversations. Huh, I see. Unisan seems to know Yoka-chan, but she's quite surprised. I wonder why. It could be surprising to find out someone you know is in love with a girl, though it seems to be a different sort of surprise. I suppose I don't need to inquire about that just now. Something's more important to do today after all. Why don't we leave it at that for today then? Right, Megumi? Oh, yes, Sachi-san. Megumi had left the whole conversation to Unisan and me. She hadn't said a word, but kept her eyes fixed in my direction the whole time. It had looked like she had had a few things she wanted to say. I knew the reason for Megumi's disposition, and I knew that it was my fault. I'm sorry, Megumi. I wanted to properly apologize to her, and to do that, I wanted to give her something of a gift. Megumi? I quietly went to Megumi's side. And I embraced her. There was none of her weight in my arms, of course, but I tried to emulate a gentle hug. I'm sorry, Megumi. It's not that I didn't realize it. I remember about June 30th. Oh! It's the day I gained a wonderful partner in love. Oh, Sachi-san! Megumi's head shook in my arms. Her brown, wavy hair swayed. Her voice wavered unsteadily. I got a little ahead of myself with Unisan because I was excited to have a new friend. I was having so much fun. I was so excited knowing I'd finally be able to do something for the girls in love at this school. I was so happy to be able to help them with Unisan. But it appears as if I've made you uneasy, Megumi. I'm sorry I didn't say anything about tomorrow until now. Sachi-san! I was really worried that you might have forgotten Sachi-san. I'm so glad you remembered. I really am. Could you forgive me, Megumi? As an apology, I have a little gift for you. Oh! Unisan, could you... Right, here you are. Unisan opened a paper bag she'd brought, separate from her lunch bag, and she removed from it 2 delicious-looking cupcakes, wrapped in clear cellophane and tied with ribbons. They were baked a beautiful golden brown. Is this? I asked Unisan to make them for you. It's not something I could make on my own, but I wanted to give you some kind of gift. Oof. Sachi-san. Oh, don't cry. Do you like them, Megumi? Yes! I'm happy! I'm so happy! I'm glad. I thanked Unisan and moved my hand as if to stroke Megumi's hair and keep the tears from her eyes. Thank you, Unisan, and I'm sorry. You went to all that trouble to bake them for us, but we can't eat them. Oh, I'll take them home and make an offering of them, and then eat them. Yes, please do. Well, will she put them at the household altar? It's not as if we'll be there, but I suppose I'm happy for the thought. You don't need to help us with anything after school today. Go ahead and take it easy. Alright, I will. Please do. For this weekend. I'd like to spend it with Megami after all. Drink time, that's so adorable. My phone buzzed. And my iPad buzzed too. Oh, that's adorable! Oh my god! Megami's really cute. Oh my gosh. And lunch ended, and Unison returned to her class. Afternoon classes began and ended, and the school day came to a close. And after everyone left the school, before the sunset, Megami and I wandered all over the school, to all the places we could both go together, holding hands, discussing all sorts of things. We reminisced at each location about whatever we'd talked about and done there before. And night. The clouds were thicker than they had been at noon, but stars still poked through the night sky between them. I was sitting on the bench where Unison usually eats her lunch. Megami's head lay on my lap. She was laying on the bench. Her eyes closed and at ease. Even with Megami's head against me, I didn't feel its weight. My perch on the bench was its own illusion too. Even so, I would comb my fingers through Megami's hair, or pat her head, or lay my hand on her shoulder. But it wasn't as if I felt anything. I was merely placing my hand on Megami's hair, or head, or shoulder, and moving my fingers. Yet, I was sure I felt it. Megami's body heat, her warmth, the fluttery sensation of her hair. I was sure the feeling anyway, that the two of us were ghosts, wholly unable to touch, merely holding our bodies close. None of that mattered. Megami. I could hear her quiet and steady breathing. Was she sleeping? We did a lot of walking today. But our bodies are ghostly, so we don't feel fatigue. We shouldn't have felt it, but we still seemed weighted by the sense of contentment and desire to rest. I wonder if Megami felt the same way, or if some of the anxiety I caused her had faded, and she was instead feeling relaxed. Megami. I called her name once more, my adorable, beloved sweetheart. I'm so sorry for causing you so much anxiety. Thanks to Unison, there have been some changes occurring in our quiet relationship. The two of us used to only be able to wander the school and observe. But that has definitely changed. I'm happy for that change. I've gained a new friend, and there are no longer days of feeling powerless. Ever since we started helping those girls with Unison, every day has been fun for me. I'm sorry I didn't realize. But that caused Megami anxiety. I'm sorry it took me so long to notice that you weren't feeling well. On that day, when you became a ghost and appeared before me, I was truly surprised. And I was surprised at the first words you said to me, too. I was happy. I still remember it now. She was a girl I only knew by the moments our eyes met. She'd suddenly become a spirit, appeared before me, and right then confessed her love. You told me you loved me, and I accepted that. And afterwards, as I spent time with Megami, I fell more and more in love with her. She's cute and a little jealous, and she loves me with all of her might. She works to earn my love for her as well. I find those parts of her charming and precious. Megami, who sleeps on my lap. I want to stay like this forever. I would happily let this moment last for eternity. But I want to touch you more. More, certainly. So that the feel of you would remain on my fingers. Because you feel so strongly for me. Because you admire me so much. Because you entrust so much of your heart to me. Aw. Megami, my dear, my love, I want to tell you that I love you more. I want to let you know. I want to be the best lover that I can be to you. But I'm sorry, Megami. I do nothing but lie. Ooh, what does that mean? I've noticed that a lot when she talks about Megami. She talks about like, my precious, like, sweetheart, my dear, or, you know, stuff along those lines. She says, like, my love, but has she ever actually said, I love you? That was my thoughts when I played this the first time. But damn, I don't know. Sachi-san, what you gonna do to us? I don't know. So this is the threesome pair. And so what I might do is, as long as you guys don't oppose too much, as long as this doesn't affect story too much, I might skip the latest new girl. The new girl, the quarter punk rocky one of the band. I might skip her just so we can continue on with some of our other story. We'll see. We might lose some context, but that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, back to our trio. Oh, jeez. They're so annoying. Could they just cut it out already? The same afternoon as always. The same broadcasting room as always. The same trio as always. That's fine. I don't mind that, but... Come on, Sasa. Come on, Sasa. Are you listening? Yeah, I'm listening. What? You're not. You're reviewing our show yesterday. It was the same as always, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. This. I wish someone would do something about this. Umi's loud. She's so loud I can't sleep at all. Sleepy, I'm sleepy. I just want to be able to sleep in peace. I was always told as a child that I slept well, but it was easier to take care of me because of that. But that became a negative when I started elementary school. I doze off in class after all. Well, what do they want from me? I really am sleepy. When I moved to middle school, I really started getting in trouble for napping. But I did everything I could to stay awake in class. I spaced out the whole time anyway, of course. Luckily, I wasn't too stupid. I managed to see and hear enough in class to get through with decent grades. But I'd get tired during breaks, so I'd sleep through them. As you might expect, I didn't get too many friends like that. The other lucky thing that happened to me was Umi talking to me. Sasa too. Umi drags me around everywhere no matter how sleepy I am. Honestly, sometimes I wish she'd quit it, but whatever. This volume was a problem though. Umi being loud is just normal for her, but it's even worse lately. I know why, of course. What's up, Sasa? You've been a little weird lately. Come on, tell us if something's up. I'll do whatever I can. It's nothing. Liar. Of course it isn't nothing. Yeah, it's all her fault, Sasa. She's my friend. One who, like me, gets dragged around by Umi. A friend who'd suddenly appeared with Umi one day. There was me with my uncontrollable sleepiness, and Sasa, who did everything she could to be unapproachable. Umi didn't care about any of that, and tied us together to her tightly. Sasa, her black hair and sharp gaze she wears with pride. I think a lot of people consider her a little scary. I And I think Sasa tries to be that way on purpose. But Sasa's a pretty good friend. At first, she was really against it, but her opposition was beaten by Umi's persistence, and now she acts like a real friend to us. She knows how other people see her, and I'm guessing it's exactly how she wants them to. That's why she remains blunt and frank. She's decided that that's how she is. And she acknowledges Umi and me as friends because we haven't left her despite her attitude. She'll keep being friends with us as long as we do the same for her. I think Sasa and I are pretty similar. We both know there's something about us that isn't going to change. And that's why we can respect the people who continue to be friends with us. Especially Umi. But I think that especially part has changed for Sasa lately. It's difficult to tell, but I know Sasa well enough to read her. She's in love with Umi. Sasa gets visibly nervous when Umi gets all touchy-feely. It doesn't show in her face, but it's still obvious. Sasa and Umi, huh? I wonder why. I love Umi too, but I love Sasa the same amount, and I don't think that she's special or anything. I think she's a friend, an important, precious thing. If she left, I'd be lonely, but I think I'd accept it. I also think we could be friends forever. But it seems like Sasa's feelings for Umi are deeper than that. If Umi left Sasa right now, I bet she'd be devastated. She probably doesn't want to think about that, and definitely doesn't want it to happen. I think that's how deep her feelings are. But why does it have to be so annoying? It really is, for her to think about nothing but Umi. But there's no changing it now that it's happened, I guess. They say that that's what love's like. I don't really get it though. I don't care less about they're both women. It's already annoying. So it's not like that makes it much worse. Just... Come on! If you're worrying about something, you can tell us. Friends are in it together, aren't they? I'm telling you, there's nothing to tell. This isn't like you, Sasa. Are you going to get all nervous and jittery just because of Umi? If you like Umi that much, why don't you just say so? That's what I'd do, and I'd fix the problem right away so I could sleep. But Sasa can't do that. She can't bring herself to tell... Ooh, I clicked out by accident. Bring yourself to tell Umi. I've tried leaving Umi and Sasa alone together to see what would happen a few times, but Sasa won't do anything. Worse, she seems weirdly relieved when I get back. She seems relieved that we've gone back to being three. It made me think, she's scared. Maybe she thinks that Umi will hate her if she tells her, or that I'll avoid her if I find out. But that's stupid, Sasa. I get it though. You don't know what will happen if you tell her, so you're scared. I bet you think you won't be able to hang out together anymore. I get it, but... You don't need to worry about that, Sasa, especially about me. You and Umi won't bother me. I won't leave or anything. And Umi might be the same. Maybe it'd go well, you know? Even if you tell her and she can't answer you, I can't imagine she wouldn't want to be friends anymore. I bet she'd just play it off like we don't need love if we have friendship or something. No, I suppose that it could still hurt Sasa pretty bad. But just tell her. If you don't... ... Nina, are you awake? You say something to Sasa too. You're her friend, aren't you? I got nothing. I laid my head on the mixer and glanced over at my phone next to me. On it was a text I'd gotten from Umi last night. I hadn't read it until this morning though, and I still hadn't replied to it. Hey, hasn't Sasa been acting weird lately? Don't you think she's been spacing out a lot? Do you think she's worrying about something? You haven't heard anything, have you, Nina? That face. The art in this is awesome. I can't get over it. The art is so good because it so well illustrates like the personalities of each character. She's our friend, so we should talk to her about anything, right? Come on, Nina, let's help Sasa out. Let's do whatever we can for her, whatever she needs. You don't get it, Umi. You don't get any of it. And yet you notice that Sasa has been a little weird lately, and you're worried enough to send me this text about it. Umi, if you care about Sasa so much, how about paying a little bit more attention to her? Umi, loud, pushy, quick to jump to conclusions, my friend who always interrupts my sleep. She's brimming with curiosity and jumps right into anything that's new that she thinks she'll enjoy, pulling me and Sasa along with her. And her condition. If I've got a sleep condition and Sasa's got an attitude condition, Umi's got a friendship condition. That's kind of funny. Let me grab a quick drink. Delicious. And she pushes her friendship onto us, but never doubts us for a second either. She never doubts our friendship. She's really good at making people feel trusted, and I bet it's completely natural for her. I kind of wish she was doing it on purpose sometimes, though. Is this what they call charisma? It kind of just seems like she's trying to be a cool, independent woman. If so, then she should really try to think things through more. Stop worrying about me and Sasa. Though I suppose I have no idea what would have happened if me and Umi weren't around. I wouldn't be in a club, no question. I'd sleep. Go to school and sleep. I'd go back home and sleep. I couldn't imagine anything other than that. The moment she first laid eyes on me, I thought, this is going to be trouble. And now I can't relax or rest when these two are acting like this. Dude, I have so much respect for Nina now. She is like so mature. I never would have expected like this to be her character. I'm gonna go get a drink. I wanted to drink some coffee milk so I could get some sleep. That's odd. Oh, I'll come with. Ugh. I knew you would do this, but why? Just wait here with Sasa. Come on, you come too, Sasa. I don't really... We're doing it together, because we're friends. Yeah, I got it. Sasa gave in right away, too. Oh, jeez. They're really so much trouble. I have to get them alone, or Sasa's never going to tell Umi anything. The situation will just go on and on if she doesn't. Umi will get even more excited about doing something for Sasa. Oh, this sucks. This is so much trouble. And it's gotten to be the rainy season too. Give me a break. I won't be able to get any sleep at all. Poor Nina. She just wants to sleep.